our virtual graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. Before we begin this taping, I would like to take this opportunity to express my personal gratitude for all of the hard work that our students, staff, and parents have put in over the last few months to help our graduates get here to this day. I would also like to recognize the staff here at the school district who have put in a great deal of work to recognize our seniors during this building closure. We hope this ceremony will help provide a memorable benchmark for every student's lifelong learning experience. Please join us in recognizing our flag through the playing of the national anthem.
The graduation ceremony of the class of 2020. I would also like to thank you. Thank you for all the people that helped us get to this point. Thank you to the school for setting up the graduation ceremony and putting in the time and effort in setting up the ceremony. Thank you to the Shiocton school staff for all that they have done for each and every one of the students. You have really done more and helped us with more than you can imagine. I want to personally thank all my classmates for all the wonderful memories that we've had together over the years. I will always remember and cherish them. I'm sad that the school had to close on our last year and that they had to cancel all the things that we should have done together. I hope that all of us can make many more memories in the future that will last a lifetime. I wish my best wishes for all of you and that your future fly higher than your dreams. And next we will have Polo Cox.
Please join us in a moment of silence for those we have lost along the way and cannot be here today. Up next we have Devin Bedore and Curly Grewald.
I'm going to be recognizing the family members that got us to where we are today. Sean and Jamie Ande, parents of Shondor Michael Ande. Tim and Tracy Baton, parents of Tanner Michael Baton. John Barber, father of Lakeland Lee Barber, and Justine Barber, grandma of Lakeland Lee Barber. Larry and Stephanie Bauman, parents of Jordan May Bauman. Jeremy and Carrie Bedore, parents of Derek Ray Bedore and Devin Reed Bedore. Tina and Cody Parker and Cody Brooms, parents of Skylar Love Brooms. Brian and Shannon Brooks, parents of Morgan Victoria Brooks. Scott Depperding, parent of Cassidy Nicole Depperding. Tim and Selena Durham, parents of Alyssa Marie Durham. Kurt Getz and Jane and Tom Dawes, parents of Cynthia Grace Getz. Katie Vesha and Joe Gorski, Sr., parents of Ashley Ella Gorski. Luke and Michelle Green, parents of Sky Madison Green. Jeff and Wendy Hanks, parents of Abby Ray Hanks. Russell and Michelle Henry, parents of Michaela Noel Henry. Jody Frederick and Ryan Hobbs, and Kathy Dovek, parents of River Thomas Hobbs. Don and Amy Probut, parents of Sierra Cecilia Probut. Tammy Taylor and Jason Keller, parents of Jasiana Therese Keller. Alexandra and Ryan Kerr, parents of Emily Bowden Kerr. Russell and Sally Kettner, parents of Lydia Elizabeth Kettner. Corey and Michelle Prewalt, parents of Carly Catherine Freewalt, Tammy and Matthew Large, parents of Corbin Marshall Large,
Eli Muniz and Lakeisha Castro, parents of Jennifer Muniz, Tom and Bridget Oski, parents of Garrett Bruce Oski, Felix Padilla and Davey Lopez, parents of Lizzie Diana Lane Padilla, Keith and Chris Uchoki, parents of Kate and Keith Uchoki, Randy and Clint Rake, parents of Hunter Scott Rake, Rini Ramirez and Rose Javier, parents of Nancy Ramirez Javier, Donald and Linda Reef, parents of Trevor John Reef, Heather Schmidt and Sandy and Sheila Schmidt, parents of Sandy Robin Schmidt Jr., Eric and Brooke Schmidt, parents of Taylor Joe Schmidt, Justin and Crystal Schroeder, parents of Olivia Marie Schroeder, Chris Sherwood, parent of Jordan Nicole Sherwood, Jesse Spencer, parent of Levi Cole Spencer, Carrie Moore and Raul Tamayo, parents of Ethan Tamayo, Carrie and Sandy Van Camp, parents of Chase Van Camp, Jessica Doherty and Adam Van Camp, parents of Dylan James Van Camp, Dave and Chris Van Den Bosch, parents of Austin Joseph Van Den Bosch, Rod and Paula Van Straten, parents of Kellen Constance Van Straten, Kissa and Brian Wagner, parents of Destiny Marie Wagner, Casey and Melissa Wheeler, parents of Tanner Ryan Wheeler, Dave and Nancy Wilcox, parents of Michael Cole Wilcox. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and all of our family members. We could not have done this without you. Next, we work from Melissa Perron, the salutatorian.
Welcome, parents, friends, family, coaches, faculty, and everyone who came to celebrate with the class of 2020. As we end an important chapter in our lives, we start a new one. I feel I can say for almost every senior, we are very thankful for all you have done to help us become who we are today. My name is Ellie Durham, and as you know, I am the salutatorian of the class of 2020. Receiving this award definitely gave me mixed emotions at first, considering I had to write this speech and read it in front of everyone. But I soon got over that initial stress and realized how thankful I am to have received this recognition. While I was writing the speech the day before it was due, showing procrastination at its finest, I started to think back to moments that led us to where we are today. It all started in elementary school, where there were no worries in the world except the time recess was at or why we didn't have strawberry milk anymore. Some of us aspired to be a police officer, the biggest movie star, or even to be in the NBA. Many of us formed lifelong friendships, even though some might have drifted apart as time went on. We knew they would still have a special place in our hearts. But in a blink of an eye, we were starting middle school. The time where too much cologne was worn, questionable outfits were worn, and dating began. This was a time that grades started to matter, and we quickly had to learn responsibility and time management. We learned our strengths and weaknesses and how we could use them to our advantage. When we got to high school, we thought we had plenty of time to figure out our futures, but boy, were we wrong. Freshman year was all about first, whether it was attending the homecoming dance, singing at your first high school choir concert, or for some playing high school sport. We started to become individuals and follow our own paths. Sophomore year was all about getting a driver's license and making sure everyone knew about it. Junior year was an important year for us that included our prom, dedicated to Haley Apple. Our first water cup win, taking the ACT, and deciding that we were going to go after high school. Becoming a senior was a bittersweet moment because as much as we were excited to walk across the stage and receive the diplomas we worked so hard for, it also meant that we would have to leave our favorite teachers, coaches, and maybe even friends behind as we start these new chapters in our lives. Although many people think of seniors as a class that thinks they are better than others, I feel I can say our class was not like that at all. We had a senior lounge with rarely just seniors in it, and we created friendships with students no matter what grade they were in. We overall enjoyed our time in school and loved being able to see our friends in the hallways and in class every day. Having our last few months of senior year taken away from us was devastating for many. Some of us didn't get the chance to participate in certain sports for the last time. Some didn't get to sing or perform in their last band or choir concert. Trips to New York, Florida, and Guatemala were canceled, and many feared that all their hard work was for nothing. The class of 2020 has become a family and has helped each other throughout some of the toughest times, and have supported each other during greatest. One day we'll look back on all the hardships and stress that high school brought, but we will always be able to look back at the amazing memories and life experiences that we created and a place where we spent most of our lives. Thank you to all the teachers and staff that helped continue our education during such a crazy time, and for everyone involved in rescheduling these last events that meant so much to us. Thank you, class of 2020 and Shiocton High School, for giving me once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I will never forget. Thank you, everyone, for coming together and celebrating this special moment with us. Now we will have valedictorians Michaela, Austin, Katie, and Carly come read the valedictorian address.
Good afternoon. I just want to begin by saying thank you to all our family, friends, teachers, and coaches for always supporting us and looking out for us. Also, without our great community, many things wouldn't have been possible for us. I also want to thank my classmates for making the last 12 years so memorable. We are all unique in our own way, which is what makes this class so special. We have the potential to do anything we set our hearts to, no matter the difficulty of achieving it. One thing that we all learned through this crazy time is that not everything is easy or fun. We had the last few months of our senior year wiped out. We had to make adjustments to our lives while also planning our futures, knowing we will never return to those hallways as a student. However, in upcoming years, this will just be something we can laugh at with our friends and tell our kids something. There are a few things that we all have in common as a class of 2020. The first is that it's the time in our lives to move on and not dwell in the past. Now it is time for us to be ready to go to the workforce, college, or the military. Another thing that we all will do is our best to succeed. All the online schooling that we had taught us a few good things, like never giving up when we are tired of doing the same thing day in and day out. This will prepare us for the future, whether we enjoyed it or not. Lastly, our futures are bright. I can't wait to see what we all will achieve in our lives and the paths we will all take in our future. Next, we will have Carly Krewell.
As most of you know, I can barely speak in front of a class of 10 people, and now I have to be up here speaking in front of hundreds of people. So yes, my face is probably deep red, and I can guarantee you that I'm shaking in my shoes. I stress way too much about everything, but I honestly didn't think that we were going to have graduation, so I didn't stress about writing this speech. As a matter of fact, I didn't stress about it at all because I had a freshman ready for me last night. No, I'm just kidding. I paid my sophomore brother $20 to write this. I know that we are all ready to move on from high school and start the next chapter of our lives, but it will be hard not coming to school every day to see the people we have grown up with for the past 13 years. I believe that no matter where our lives take us, we will always have each other to lean on. For example, if anyone ever needs a good laugh, we know that Derek and Corbin will probably act like goofy high school boys for the rest of their lives. When we need help managing our money, we can turn to Kellen because she has taken every business class that Shiocton offers. Cole will end up scoring us all season tickets when he is playing center field for the Brewers. Either that or we will finally see him get TikTok famous for shooting ping pong balls out of his mouth. Caden will always be there to help us fix things. And if a homeless man ever tries to steal one of our cars, he has enough experience to help us with that too. We can always turn to Sky if we ever need a beautiful painting to hang in our house. We can turn to Ashley if one of our pets ever gets sick or hurt. And even though Allie is the biggest procrastinator I have met in my life, from my personal experience, I would definitely recommend her if you ever need a hairstylist. My point is that we all have our own skills, hopes, and dreams. And even though we won't be seeing each other every day after we walk out of these doors today, we will still always have each other to lean on in the future. Next, we will hear from Kane Chunky.
As Carly noted, we've had some really great times, but we've also faced some darker times. We came to this world during the terror attacks on 9/11. We went through school with the new fear of school shootings, increasing mental health problems, and more standardized tests. Even when our limits were tested to the max, we pushed through Michelle Obama's lunch program. Finally, when the end of our school career was in our sights, we were gifted with a global pandemic. However, these experiences have made us stronger. In order to get through all this, we had to work hard. Some of us worked hard in clubs and athletics, trying to make a push for an all-conference or state title. Some of us worked hard in an after-school job so we could fill up our cars at colleges or the mini mart, just to make it home. Some of us studied hard for classes and tests so we could get the score required to make it into our dream college. My point is, each and every one of us here, wearing the forest green cap and gown, worked extremely hard to get to this point. And since we are standing here today, we've made it. After today, some of us will be starting a career that we will have until retirement. Some of us will begin another stretch of education, working towards our dream job. Regardless of what path we take, our experience so far has prepared us to be exceptional leaders in the workforce and universities. Our persistence and unwillingness to give up will drive us through future hardships. Our experience from this past spring will help us adapt to change much better than most. Now, as the class of 2020 moves on to the next step in the path of life, we can think back on all the great times we had with our friends here at Shiocton. We remember getting our names called out by Mr. Rich in front of the whole town on Friday under the lights. We remember dressing like hooligans, screaming our lungs out at a basketball playoff game in those bleachers right over there. With our school liaison officer, Deputy Gramajo, sitting right next to us, of course. We remember taking a springtime field trip to watch a sturgeon spawn on Bamboo Bend on a sunny, late April afternoon. Lastly, and most importantly, we remember the help and support we received from our families and school staff. When we asked for help, you were all there when we needed it. You are the reason we are all here today. And now we move on. We get ready to tackle whatever challenge is thrown at us. We know that we can handle anything. I think I speak for everyone graduating today. I'm glad I'm a class of 2020 alumni, but I'm blessed to be a Shiocton class of 2020 alumni. Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Michaela Henry.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank everyone again for joining us today as we celebrate the end of our days as seniors at Shiocton High School and take our first steps into the next stage of our lives. For those of you here today who don't know me, I'm an avid bookworm. My entire class could tell you that I've been like that ever since we were kids, and that I hardly go anywhere without my book or books. Today being no exception. During my countless years of reading, I've noticed that common analogy is usually said during times like this. You may have heard something like, as we walk out of school today, we will be entering the next chapter of our lives. It's a little cheesy, I know, but even though we may have all started today celebrating the graduation of the class of 2020 from Shiocton High School, the next chapter will look very different for each of us, kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure book. Some of us, actually it seems like the majority of us, will find ourselves at UW Green Bay pursuing a medical career. Others will end up at technical colleges learning the trades, jumping straight into the workforce, or going to another four-year college, whether it is in or out of state. But as we begin the next chapter of our lives, we can't forget the one we're about to finish. When you start the next chapter of a book, you don't forget everything that happened in the previous one. So why should life be any different? We can't forget the memories we made, or the people we loved, or the hardship we faced. As I wrap this up, I just want to say that I am beyond excited to start the next chapter of my life, as I'm sure most of you are. But as excited as we all are, we have to admit that we will all miss many things about our time here. I, for one, will deeply miss all of you and all of the memories we've made together. We've laughed, we've cried, and we've complained about doing homework, especially Cynthia during Cat Bio. To the class of 2020, I want to say congratulations and good luck. But despite my years of reading and broadening my vocabulary, I haven't quite found the right words to say goodbye. So instead, I'll just hope to cross paths with you later on in a different chapter of our lives. And I can't wait to see what the next chapters will bring. Thank you. Next, we'll have Kellen present our class gift.
Along with the other class officers, I'm honored to present the class gift of 2020. As a token of our gratitude, we have decided to donate a water bottle filler and a blazing star maple tree. The water bottle filler is placed in the upstairs of the high school.
I want to give a special thank you to Mr. Yenner for creating this presentation for us. Here is the senior slideshow.
Good afternoon. Today we take time to honor the young men and women who comprise the class of 2020. The young men and women who have worked diligently through the unprecedented times and the many new ways of learning to earn their final credits, to earn the status of graduate. What does it mean to graduate? Webster's dictionary defines graduate as a verb, meaning to move up, step forward, to pass from one stage of experience or proficiency to a usually higher one. Among you sit 4 valedictorians, all with matching GPAs. A salutatorian who is separated literally by 1/100th of a GPA mark. All with high marks and great proficiencies, waiting to move up, to pass to the next level of higher academia, and the differences that they will be able to make in the healthcare, technology, and engineering fields. Among you sits an accomplished welder, already in charge of a $1 million machine, excited to step towards increased proficiency within her field, and the ability to continually challenge the glass ceiling. Among you sit classmates skilled in the trades, knowledgeable in the sciences, competent in mathematics, and versed in both business and technology. There is expansive and untapped potential within each and every one of you as you move up, as you step toward the future. For never before has there been the need for each one of you to graduate. Never before has that been more important than now. Never before has our world, locally, nationally, and globally, needed the best and the brightest to pass from their current stage of experience and proficiency to one much higher. Never before has the health and the well-being of our society needed graduates such as those that sit before me today. Class of 2020, it is time for each of you to harness your myriad skills and talents, to employ your vast abilities and determination, and to follow your passion and your purpose. For now is the time for you to lead us all into a brighter tomorrow, a more promising future for those that you love and those you will come to serve in the years ahead of you. As high school graduates, each and every one of you are essential. For it is through your skills and talents, your abilities and determination, your passions and your purpose, that those in our communities near and far will see a life free of racial strife, of widespread injustice, and of systemic inequities. It is through you and all that you have within you that a healthier, brighter, better future awaits everyone that you love and whom you will serve. Martin Luther King Jr. is quoted as saying, "Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. I can never become what I ought to until you become what you ought to be." This interrelated connectedness makes you essential. And so I ask each of you, members of the class of 2020, what will your essential service be to yourself, to your family, to your community, to the world? In this time of unprecedented change, in a time where so much is unknown, one thing remains crystal clear. The future is with each of you. To the class of 2020, I wish you perfect vision, never-ending confidence, and many great successes as you graduate, as you move up, step forward, and pass to that next level in life. Congratulations, class of 2020. Best wishes.
Before we recognize the presentation of the class of 2020, I'll ask you now to join us in a moment of silence for your young lady who should be here today, but was unfortunately taken from us, Haley Apple. Thank you. As a representative of the School District of Shiocton and the Board of Education, I certify that the candidates for graduation have met the standards set forth by the Department of Public Instruction of the state of Wisconsin, as well as the standards of the Shiocton School Board. Would the candidates for diplomas please rise? Shondor Michael Andy. Tanner Michael Bain. Lakeland Lee Barber. Jordan May Bowser. Derek Ray Fedor. Devin Reed Fedor. Skylar Love Ruggs. Morgan Victoria Brooks. Cassidy Nicole Defferman. Alyssa Marie Durham. Cynthia Grace Getz. Ashley Ella Corson. Sky Madison Green. Abby Ray Hanks. Michaela Noel Henry. River Thomas Hobbs. Sierra Cecilia Hurlbach. Jayciana Therese Keller. Emily Loudon Kerr. Lydia Elizabeth Kettner. Carly Catherine Krewald. Corbin Marshall Lorge. Jennifer Muniz Castro. Garrett Bruce Oski. Lindsay Diana Laney Padilla. Caden Keith Pachoki. Hunter Scott Rick. Nancy Ramirez Javier. Trevor John Reef. Sandy Robin Schmidt Jr. Taylor Joe Schmidt. Olivia Marie Schroeder. Jordan Nicole Sherwood. Levi Cole Spencer. Ephraim Tamayo. Chase Van Kemp. Dylan James Van Kemp. Austin Joseph Van Bosch. Kellen Constance Van Stratton. Destiny Marie Wagner. Tanner Ryan Wheeler. Cole Michael Wilcox. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2020.